In Anurag Kashyap's Dev D, Paro spends years being devoted to her childhood sweetheart. But when he suddenly accuses her of infidelity, she decides to leave him and be with someone who treats her right. The Swaddle presents Recasting. In Hindi cinema, a woman's love is often equated with her self-sacrifice. Regardless of how her lover treats her, she patiently sticks around, prioritizing his needs over her own. In fact, when a woman looks out for herself, she is depicted as not being worthy of a hero's love, driving home the point that a woman's true love must be selfless. Her nurturing love is almost as consistent, unconditional, and forgiving as the Indian mother's. No matter what the hero does, she does not show her anger. And sometimes when he does disappoint her, he is able to secure her forgiveness in the end by changing his ways. In other instances, it becomes the selfless woman's duty to reform the hero with her enduring affection. Paro from Sarat Chandra Chattopadhyay's novel Devdas embodies this trope. Her on-screen portrayals have varied over the years, but in the two most popular film adaptations of this story, Paro is depicted as the quintessential devoted lover who spends her life grieving the loss of her relationship with Devdas despite his cruel streak. Paro is forced to marry someone else because Devdas fails to commit to her at the crucial moment. But instead of indicting Devdas's cruelty towards Paro, the narrative in these films turns the story into a tragedy about star-crossed lovers who are painfully separated by societal constraints. Paro's unconditional love for Devdas is glorified despite everything that he has put her through. And Paro's story, forever tied to Devdas's story, is touted as the ultimate tragic love story. But in Dev D, a different Paro emerges. Just like the character in the novel and those previous adaptations, Paro spends years loving Dev and dreams of marrying him. We see from the start that the responsibility to satisfy Dev's desires rests entirely on her.
Paro, कुछ करना.
मैं क्या करूं?
कोई रास्ता निकाल.
While he cheats on her impulsively, he is driven to madness at the slightest indication that she may not be chaste. When he levels accusations at her, Paro does not try to prove her innocence. Instead, she points out the hypocrisy in this paranoia and makes it clear that his thoughtless cruelty has cost him her love forever.
तूने इसका सर पूरा रसिका को गाड़ी में घुमाने के बाद तू करता सब ठीक और मैं करूँ तो?
Instead of remaining selflessly devoted to Dev or investing her energies into reforming him, Paro puts herself first. We finally see that in return for Paro's devotion, Dev has only grown more and more entitled to her affection. And when we realize this fundamental disbalance in their relationship, we end up rooting for Paro and celebrating her decision to find a love that is better for her, rather than viewing their separation as a tragedy. Over time, it's not as if Paro's concern and sympathy for Dev disappear. She is there for him when he hits rock bottom, but she provides that care on her own terms while keeping her distance and restricting his entitlement to anything more than she's willing to give. In doing so, she refuses to tie her fate to her lover's self-destructive downward spiral and draws a firm line between care that is willingly given and devotion that is taken for granted. And just like that, the devoted lover goes from being a woman selflessly devoted to her lover to one who is committed to her own happiness.